Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Studio here in Lytham, and I'm going to be hitting today and testing the new Ping G driver. So just G driver, they have dropped the numbers. So it's not a G35, which probably everyone kind of expected after the G30. It is just Ping G. They brought the irons out in Ping G and the fairway woods as well, and it's kind of in a way of getting rid of an age of a golf club. So if we drop the number, it doesn't give it a time lapse, it doesn't give it a kind of an era. It's just a Ping G driver, so it doesn't date. Then when the next one comes out, it'll just be an updated version, a later one, an up kind of facelifted version. A bit like how, I suppose, car manufacturers bring cars out. When a BMW brings a car out, it just brings out the new 7 Series. It's just a new 7 Series. So I quite like that, and I think consumers, without question, will love that, because when we buy a new driver, we don't want it to go out of date too quickly. There's nothing worse. So it's nice the fact that they're thinking about that, and instead of putting new numbers on it, they're the first company that I know that have just gone, let's sack the numbers off, or names, or whatever it is, but let's just make it a little bit simpler. Very similar designed head to the G30, it's just been enhanced, really. G30 was the amazingly successful driver. G30 for the kind of, well, it was aimed originally at the high handicapper to middle, and a lot of low players started to use it, especially when they brought the LS Tech version out, which is the driver of the new one I've got to test as well. It kind of did amazing things. And it was funny because when it first came out, and it came out with the turbulators, it got a little bit of stick because Ping aren't renowned for being that brash and over the top, and with the turbulators, that was quite a statement. Well, they must have liked the turbulators because they've stayed on the new driver. They've stayed on the new driver, but there's a little bit more technology to the top of the crown than there was previously. So turbulators to reduce drag, to get that airflow across the head. And then Ping here with G have stripped weight from the top by almost like kind of stripping wings out. It's almost like a dragonfly wing. That's the idea of it. They've saved 8 grams of weight to shove in the bottom and the back, because this is aimed for forgiveness. This is its driver's motto. It wants forgiveness. That's what it's aimed for. If you want more distance and you can create the clubhead speed, yeah, hell, jump into the G LS Tech. But for ultimate forgiveness, the G is the one that, you know, people are looking into. Because they've saved that weight, they've put it in the bottom and made it more forgiving in that way, which makes sense. And also they've brought in a new section here at the back, which is called Vortec. They were noticing as the club was going through wind tunnels, there was almost a bit of a drag pooling at the back of the head. With this Vortex, how it happens, I do not know. And even if I did know, it would probably go over my head, so I can't explain it to you guys. But that Vortec at the back helps reduce the drag by about 11%, I am told. So that should help with clubhead speed as well. I've got this in a 9 head. It can go up a full degree, down a full degree, and also go up and down by 0.6 of a degree. So I've actually got this set in 9.6 degree loft, 9.6. I used to have my LS Tech in 9.9, so I decided to go 9.6 in this version. I'm going to test the LS Tech in a separate video on its own. Looks behind the ball, a bit like when the G30 came out. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to now, not only the turbulators, but also the Dragonfly technology at the back. It's not offensive. It's not offensive at all. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time for, as soon as you pick that club up, you're going to go, oh, that looks interesting. It looks fast, it looks sharp, it looks kind of modern, but it might just take a few hits before you really like the look of it behind the ball. Let's give this a bit of a wallop on, well, let's give it a hit. This is for forgiveness, Rick, not length on this driver. Let's give it a hit. That felt lovely. That felt lovely. Now, you might not see any record drives with this club, saying that's pretty good, because it's not the low spin version. So you might not see the longest golf shots I've ever hit in the world, because it's not designed for that. But with those spin numbers and the way I've hit that, now, I'll be honest, I hit that as good as I can hit it. In the right spot, I can hit it as good as I can hit it. I'll do more testing of this club as well when I hit more shots to see how forgiving it is across the face, but I want to show it off first, see what it can do. Straight golf shots. Straight golf shots. So they're not always seen, so it's nice. It's nice to see them. I know from the G30 and the G drivers as the past, you know, you've going back to G2 and G5, G10, G15, G20, G25. They've always been very forgiving drivers. They never brought out an iDriver last year, which I was gutted about, because I really like the i25. I was expecting an i30, and an i30 LS Tech would have been through the roof, but I think the LS Tech version is your kind of i version now. I don't know, I still think this, hopefully they'll bring an I version out at some point. So far so good, good performing club. And it's, to be fair, it's a bit of a flying machine. Now I've got this in my shaft, because this is the Ping X-Tour shaft that I used in the old LS Tech. Good hits then. The new shaft is the Alta shaft, the Ping Alta. So blue and black shaft, if you're interested. And that's the standard shaft, but I've swapped it over to put my my Tour shaft in it. I think this is again going to do very well, maybe even above and beyond what the G30 did. I think it's got a longer lifespan because they've not put a number on it. God knows when they're going to bring a different one out or an updated version out, but even this version then hopefully shouldn't feel too old, because it'll just be, the new one will just be an updated version. Not sure yet. Some golfers might still feel like it's old technology, but let's give it a few more hits. Well, so far, I mean, come on, I can't complain with them, and they're actually going very, very good lengths, considering this isn't the low spin version for me. I'll hit just one more, and then I'll have a look at some of the numbers, so from those kind of 5 shots I've hit, because they seem to be performing really well. And then we can compare that in the next video. I'll hit some of the LS Tech as well and see how it performs. Let's hit one more. Maybe that one wasn't the best of the 5. Or maybe maybe it still was right up there. Let's just have a quick look at those 5. I mean, they've performed great. They really have. Let me just pull up the 5 shots that I've just hit there. So what I'm getting from that is 113 club head speed. I've not got the GC2 dots, the HMT dots on this test. That'll come in a test a little bit later on down the line. Carry distance 291 on average. Very good for a driver that really is ultimate forgiveness. In fact, they're brilliant numbers. 315 total distance, a couple of left and right, but only by 15, 20 yards max. 2,232 spin, 2,200 spin. I'm interested to see what the LS Tech does then, because the LS Tech should bring that spin rate down. But I don't want to personally go too much lower than that. Just under 2,000 would be brilliant. So stay tuned for the review of the Ping G LS Tech. So I'd be interested to see if that's dropped down a bit. I don't think you're going to go wrong with a G driver, a Ping G driver. They've always done very good. The Dragonfly technology, it's very visual. I'm sure that the new one, they didn't probably need to make it visual, but it helps with the storytelling of a golf club when they can make it actually eye-catching. You can see the technology. It kind of makes it a bit more real, if you get what I mean. Turbulators I love because I've been used to them now. I'm sure Dragonflies can do really well. Vortec, God knows, we'll never tell whether that's actually doing anything, but again, we'd like to hope it does. Very forgiving, it looks the part. I think they've ticked all the boxes. If you're looking for something that's forgiving and still can offer length, this is a good driver, very good driver. Right, stay tuned. I've got the G30 LS Tech, the G30 LS Tech, I can't say that, can I? I've got the G LS Tech to test next. Stay tuned to the channel. Do subscribe, do comment below. What do you think of the new Ping driver? Are you happy that it's not got now a age, let's say? I think I am. I think I'm quite happy it's not got an age. It's just a G driver. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do thumb up the video if you enjoyed it. Do subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And that was the Ping G driver.